Hi, welcome back to Papa John's Pantry. Remember to like us on Facebook and to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Today we're making mac and cheese. This is one of these recipes that you can make a bunch of different ways. We're going to be using a cup of onions. These are something you can use your frozen onions for. We're going to be dicing these. We're going to be using 4 cups of cheddar. I like this creamy melty mix because it's a good cheese blend. Don't have to use it. You could use, this is about 2 cups. So it would be 6 cups of cheddar if you're just using cheddar. If you want to make a white mac and cheese, you'd use a white cheddar, and it would be 6 cups of cheese altogether. We're going to use a tablespoon of garlic, a whole stick of butter, a quart of whipping cream, a cup of flour, breadcrumbs that we're going to bake on top. There is a recipe on how to make these, simple, easy, and you don't even have to use that because if you don't want to bake this will be done right out of the pan and you can eat it. And I'm using this type of pasta because that's what everybody hip and trendy has been using these days. But I mean, use whatever kind of noodles you like. All right, I'm going to stop this and put you over on the stovetop. All right, if you only have one Dutch oven, you can go ahead and cook your noodles ahead of time, put them off to the side. We're going to be using our Dutch oven for this. We're going to do this over medium flame. We're going to start melting our butter. Alright, sorry for that. We're going to 1 cup of diced onions. Now, this is one of those recipes where either frozen or fresh, you'll never notice the difference. Alright, this is something you're going to want to use a good heavy wooden spoon for. Mix that up, get level on the pan, and I will see you in just a couple of minutes once this we'll let this cook down for just a minute. All right, now that the butter and butter's starting to melt down, we're going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of minced garlic or chopped garlic. A heaping tablespoon. You don't have to measure it out exactly. So we're going to let that cook until the onions start to caramelize and turn brown. Alright, just checking in. We're just going to keep stirring this. And the onions will when the onions start to turn brown, that's when we'll start to do some other stuff. And if your onion, if the bottom of your pan's turning brown, you got the flame. It's turning brown, turn it down. If the bottom of your pan's starting to turn brown, it means it's burning. Turn your flame down. Okay, these onions, as you can see, they're starting to tan up. We're going to let them go just another second. No more than a second. We're going to let this go about another minute. Then we're going to add in our cup of flour. I'm going to hold on to this pan with an oven mitt. Going to 1 cup of flour. Now we're going to turn this flame lower, as low as possible without it being off. Now we're going to stir this until it gets, it's called a roux. It's real clumpy. This is how we'll thicken the heavy cream, but without it getting lumpy, because the lumps will dissolve right into the cheese. Alright, we'll just let this cook on low. For about 30 seconds. Sing happy birthday to yourself twice in your head. Okay, now we're going to be done with our wooden spatula. We're going to need a wire whisk right now. We're going to add our quart of heavy cream. We're going to whisk this up. Keep this over a low flame. You turn it up to a medium-low flame. We're going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to turn this up to just a little bit more, if you can see that. I don't want it to burn. Alright, so I'll see you once this starts to boil. I keep stirring it every now and again. As you continue to stir this, you feel it start to thicken as it heats up, and that's the entire point. If you want to bake your mac and cheese, now would be a good time to turn your oven up to 350. Let that start preheating. See you once this boils. Now this will stick to the bottom of the pan, the flour and butter mixture. So when you lift up your whisk, if you see that it's brown, turn the flame down. You got it too high and you're burning it. So like I said, you want to do this over a low to medium flame max, especially if you have a thin bottom pan. See, that's starting to thicken up beautifully already, and it's not even boiling yet. Now this is very thick, and it's starting to bubble and go bloop bloop bloop. We're going to turn this down now, very low. This is when we add our cheese. So, like I said, we're going to use 4 cups of this. This is cheddar. 1. 2. 3. 4. And then I'm going to use this. I like this creamy amount just to give it a little bit of different flavor. This is 8 ounces. It should be 1 cup. Well, it's thin. It'll be 2 because it's thick cut. 1, pretty much a little bit more. We're using the entire bag if you buy it. If not, you can't have too much cheese. And so we're just going to keep mixing this up on as low as possible until the cheese melts. Alright, I'll catch you once this is all the cheese is melted. And yes, this is going to be thick. Yeah, it's going to be very thick. So take a few minutes to melt, and you'll know when it's done because it'll be a uniform color. I'll see you when it's all the same size or same color. And just keep mixing. Alright, my water's boiling for my noodles. I'm going to get them rocking and rolling. Like I said, this is going to be real thick. Right, but you see it's also not sticking to the bottom of the pan. So just keep melting your cheese. Excuse me. Once you see it start to get real thick and creamy like this, I'm going to switch over from this wire whisk to a metal spoon, just so I'm not bending my my whisk. All right. All right. Once this is a uniform color, you're just going to turn this off until your noodles are done. Alright, so my noodles are done boiling. As you can see, I drained them. We're going to add that right to our cheese sauce mix. We're going to stir this up real good. Now, if you don't want to bake this, this is going to be finished. And you're going to salt and pepper this to taste. Some of you, this might be great as is, and that all depends on the type of cheese and stuff you use. So, salt and pepper to taste. if you're gonna, this is all done. If you don't want to bake it. And if you do want to bake it, continue to watch. And this would be something to throw some parsley on. Alright, if you're gonna eat this as is, enjoy. And if you're gonna bake this, hang loose for just 1 second. I'm gonna restart the video once I'm done mixing. Alright, so if you're baking this, you're gonna take your mac and cheese. Gonna put it in a 9x13 pan. And it is cheesy. Put this in the sink. Alright. Gonna want to make this flat. Now if you want to sprinkle a little cheese on here besides breading, go ahead. I'm gonna put just a little more cheese on. Sprinkle some on. This is probably about 2 tablespoons. Just a little cheese. Now this a bread and crumb mixture. This is something you can keep in your fridge if you have too much. We're just going to use, it's going to be about a cup and a half. Alright, and we're going to bake this for about 10 minutes at 350, just so that cheese is melted and this just starts to get brown. I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. Alrighty, it's been 10 minutes. Let's pull this out of the oven. Perfect. Cheese is melted. Breadcrumbs have just gotten a little brown. You can keep baking it if you want. The longer it bakes, the crustier, it'll get a crust on it. But that is homemade mac and cheese. Enjoy.